I think as much as mantles are created and passed down, I think they're just getting in the way of original characters. Hey, what's up, nerd fam? It's your boy Gashawn. I want to welcome you to Enter the Nerd. Today, I just want to have a quick conversation about something I've been thinking about for a while in terms of mantles. What do they mean? Should they, not just should they exist, but are they overused and are they even used correctly, right? In terms of comics and maybe even outside of comics, this might exist. So here's what I mean. Obviously, in comics, a mantle is usually like a role or a name or title that's passed down, right? And usually it's designed that way. For example, Black Panther, it's designed for the mantle of Black Panther to get passed from father to son, of the royal family, right? That's pretty clear. Recently, people have been using mantle to explain a reason as to why there'd be 30,000 Batmans, how many Superboys or Supermen, and why multiple people would be Captain America. Now, there's two things where this kind of gets very tired, and this is my opinion. One, they do the very obvious and deliberate race switching, where it's like, okay, so this is going to be Captain America, or whatever, but black, or whatever thing, but black, like Superman, but black, and it's insulting, because it's not about the powers, or the power set, or even being Kryptonian, or whatever, but it's like, it's just not even creative. Right? And then people just go, but it's a mantle. Anyone could be. It's like, stop it. You know that this character has been whoever. Steve Rogers has been Captain America for how long? Clark Kent has been Superman for almost 100 years. Bruce Wayne's been this, right? So that is literally just to try and draw an audience who is just going to be, for some reason they think it's only going to resonate with the character because of how they look, right? Which obviously we know is lazy, but that isn't the only lazy way they have mantles, because I believe even if no one ever race swapped a mantle, like a Superman or whatever, how many Superboys, how many different Robins do we need before someone just gets named something else, right? For example, if you have Superman and he has a son, does his son have to be Superboy? He can inherently have his powers, but does he have to be called the same thing? Right? I get it. They are very scared, and a lot of times this is a DC thing, like, because they have so much legacy characters, that they are scared that they give someone else a different name that people just won't buy into it. However, that's just about storytelling, right? Because you can easily tell a really cool story that introduces, let's just say Jonathan Kent, who is, that's his son, has some other name, who has his powers, and maybe he's not even as powerful, which makes sense because he's diluted by Lois Lane, so he wouldn't be as powerful as his father, and would have to come to terms with that and become his own hero, and doesn't want to be this Boy Scout, doesn't want the S to loom over his head. And same thing with, let's just say, Damian Wayne and Batman, right? Or Bruce Wayne, right? Maybe he doesn't want to become Batman, which is obviously in the comics, you see he inevitably is going to become, because what if he looks at, what if they made a story where he looked at Superman and Clark and was like, he liked the hope, and then, Jonathan Kent looked at Batman and was like, well, I kind of like how he is. Kind of like a grass is greener kind of thing. And then they both became different types of heroes. Like Damian became more like Superman, and John became more like Batman in terms of their temperament. That'd be pretty cool. I mean, I know originally the Teen Titans were supposed to replace the Justice League with a whole bunch of new people, but it seems like instead of getting that, we're just getting, some type of rebirth or a relaunch of the same Justice League over and over and over again. And this can easily be done if you interweave the new characters with the old ones, and then have the old ones take a step back. You don't have to get rid of them, but then have them take a step back. It's like in wrestling, when you have a wrestler who's established, they fight somebody who's like brand new, and they might beat him up, but then eventually they'll let the new guy get a win, and then it gives them credibility, or they'll have them in a stable with them, and it gives them, the rub. That can happen in comics. It has happened in comics. I talked about this in my Nubia video about how they could have done something similar like that. I'm not going to really get into that. Just, I guess watch it. But I believe there's way more room to handle these mantles well without creating a whole bunch of the same thing. Like, even if it's like, okay, well, this isn't Superboy, this is Super Lad. It's like, really? Come on, guy. Really? Like, you got the S on your chest, you got the same costume. Like, Stop it. And obviously, I'm talking a lot of DC, and this happens with Spider-Man because how many different Spider-Man are going to be? And obviously, Spider-Man is my favorite character, but it's like, even if you gave somebody similar powers, like even with Miles Morales, right? I'm forgetting who it was that made Miles Morales. Like he literally made him to be. He's like, we need a black Spider-Man. And like, did it literally have to be a black Spider-Man? Like, it could have been someone with those powers, right? But then give him a different name, different costume, not have him fight the same villains, not have him go beat for beat with Peter. Why not? Did it have to be a mantle switching? Because you understand, you know what kind of weight that the name Spider-Man. So you're hoping all the people who read Spider-Man will read that. And you're hoping that those people will read that, and then everyone else who is just, who's so fixated on skin color goes, well, he's black, so I resonate with this character, regardless of what the personality traits of any of the other characters are. I get it. But I think we're holding on. Us as readers are holding on to the mantles too much, and even these companies are holding on to the mantles because it's keeping them from writing these new characters, and they're just being lazy, right? Because now the internet is around, you can absolutely write a new character, promote them, put him in a movie, put him somewhere in a show, and people are just gonna want to eat him up. That's just what it is. It is what it is. Let me know what you think. Do you think that mantles are just getting used too much, whether it's Marvel or DC? Don't you wish that there were more original characters? If so, are there some original characters that have been created that you feel like are not getting enough shine? Let me know what you think about that. Let's talk about it. Into the Nerd.